Okay, I think I'm in the right place now. I did it again. I went to the wrong place. And so I've got a live sitting out there somewhere with two or three people on there, and I'm sorry. But hi, everybody. It's so good to see you on here. And I appreciate everybody that was on here early. Let me see if I can call you up. But anyway, welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh-oh. There we go. Anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. I can't get the volume down. Ah, okay, now I have the volume down. So I saw that I have a lot of early birds on here. Look at all of you, and I know that there were so many more. Victoria Hinton and all the way to Lynn, and so many more that were on here chatting with each other before the live stream started, and so thank you for that. And I don't know, I saw my wonderful mods on here too. I know that I saw Noreen and I saw Robert. Thank you both so much. I'm not sure who else is on here as far as my mods, but thank you for that. Oh, I see Pearl Pugh is on here too. So many people. Thank you. As you guys know, it really lifts my spirits. And let me get this off here. And Ramblin' Rome says, "Hey, lady, love came running." Yes, and we're going to talk about that. Ramblin', it's good to see you on here, my dear friend. And RV Ashes and April is in the house. Pearl says she loves the glasses. I actually thought of you when I put these on, Pearl. I thought, ooh, Pearl's going to like these glasses. And Pamela Bell is asking how I'm doing, and we will get to that in a minute. And yes, Robert is saying that YouTube sent him two notifications. Robert, that's because I made that mistake of logging on live and creating a new one. I don't know if anybody is still over on that other one. I ended it and came here right away as soon as I realized it. I have to turn a fan on, you guys. It's a little warm in here. Uh, and in case anybody's new here tonight and doesn't know, I've been sick, and we'll talk about that, and I'll tell you the updates and what I found out. But I see that my great niece, Alicia, she came over to the other one that I accidentally started and helped over here. Thank you for finding the right one, sweetheart. Aunt Deborah started one on accident, and Nina is with us from Cajun country. I love that. So anyway, if I hope people are over on the other one. I killed it and jumped over here as fast as I can. And hi, Lori Roar. I had you on there as part of the early birds. Look at all these early birds that were on there. Isn't that awesomeness? And let's see. Oh, and I had a new patron this week. I really appreciate it, Bev Hall. And I have been going to the doctor and everything, and so I haven't even had a chance to officially thank her. And so, Bev, I hope that you are on here tonight, and I look forward to. I'm going to be doing this all night long, you guys. I'm sorry, so just be prepared for it. My eyes are watering, my nose is running. And so, anyway, Bev, I really appreciate it, and I look forward to getting to know you better. And I have a returning patron, Bonnie Vicari, who has been with me before and has come back as a patron, and I really appreciate that. You guys can join the Coco fam for as little as $1 a month. That's where I share behind the scenes and things early. So there you go. And oh, and I appreciate that. Carol Springstead is saying, "Welcome, Coco Fam Rules." We do have a good time there. With me being sick this week, I haven't been on there as much as I like to be, but I think I got two or three posts up anyway. But I try to keep my Coco Fam patrons um, up to date and behind the scenes. Deborah Van Zant is in the house. Deborah, I have not seen your message, but Robert told me about your accident, and I want everybody sending lots of love right now, please, to my dear friend Deborah, who fell off a ladder this week and broke her back. And she was cleaning the pull out on the slide out on her RV. And Deborah, I will be in touch. and find out how that you are doing. And I am so sorry that that happened. I know that you were getting ready to get your rig ready and get on the road, and had all kinds of plans, and that was not in the plans, of course. And so y'all send Debra Van Zant some love for me. She's a wonderful person. And we'll catch up, Debra, I promise. And thank you for letting Robert and me know what's going on with you. All right, so let's talk about merchandise. I have to show y'all this. I haven't seen her on here tonight, but Lori Smith, she bought one of my T-shirts. So she didn't just send me a T-shirt from willy nilly, but she had seen this. I love her boobs. And so she sent that to me. And as you know, there's a Friday Night Live shirt available in my Teespring store. And I just want to say thank you, Lori Smith, for that. And you can go to my Teespring store at Debra Does RV Life, and you can see that there's a Debra's Haboobies T-shirt on there. But she had seen that. She had seen that online and just thought that it was so funny that she had to send it to me, and it just made my day. I picked it up yesterday while I was in town, and I don't blame anybody for giving tonight a thumbs down. I see that somebody has. There's also 127 of you on here, and I've got 39 thumbs up. If y'all could give me thumbs up, even with my runny nose and watery eyes and everything, I would appreciate it, because it really YouTube does look at that, and it helps, and I appreciate it, and it makes me feel good. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. But I've got to show y'all that again. Is that not the cutest T-shirt? It's very tiny. I'm not going to be able to wear it, but I will find somebody to give that to. And I love her boobs. And if you don't know what her boobs are, look it up, because it's hilarious. And we on the regular Friday Night Live crew has a good time with that, because I lived through a boob. And we had a good joke about that, and the Friday Night Live family came up with Debra's boobs. And so that was funny. And let's see, RV Butterfly says thumbs up for Coco. That's cool, and I just love seeing all of you guys on here. And y'all tell me how you're doing. Megan says she got the notice from YouTube a bit late. It was for the other one that I mistakenly did, Megan, because I saw you on here as one of the early birds, and gave you a shout out as one of the early birds. See, you're on there. Down. I didn't type it right. I typed Men Dash Fairy. That was a typo. Sorry, Minnow Fairy. Megan, I know how to spell your name. I'm just kind of not with it tonight. Um, uh, let's see. Oh no. Pat says I had the chat turned off. I don't think I did. If I might have on the old one, because I didn't have that set up right. But I hope I have this one set up right. I meant to, but I'm not firing on all cylinders, so who knows? You guys are lucky I remembered to put on a shirt. We didn't have a new meaning to Debra's boobies tonight, because it's been crazy, and we will talk about it. We'll talk about it in a little bit. I start saying in the morning. We'll talk about it in a little bit. I'm following my outline, and oh yes, my friends. Daryl, and they are Hello YouTube 541, and they're saying it's hot there in Oregon. Yes, it is, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And especially, oh, Robert's so sweet. He says, I wish that I could be there to help you out tonight. I know you do, hon, and you do help me. You guys, I'm constantly calling him, and staying in touch with him, and he helps me with so much. I don't do any of this by myself. And yes, Kim and Daryl were telling me that it's hot in Oregon, and they were at my meetup in Oregon, and I just really appreciate you guys always being on here. It lifts my spirits. But I know it's hot there in Oregon, and hang on, and I'll tell you how I especially know. So I shared that T-shirt with you about in my merchandise, and thank you all. If you've ordered my shirts or my books, please send me a picture on and send it to my email address. Um, Debra does RVlife at gmail.com, and because so that I can share it, and because it just I love seeing people with my stuff, and it makes me happy, and otherwise I don't know who has it, and I don't know what it looks like out there. So yeah, y'all let me know when you've ordered something like that so that I can see it. And Elizabeth says it seems like it's hot everywhere. It really is. Even my family in Dallas, Alicia, that's on here, they're saying how hot it is. And Ramblin' Rome says they're cooling off to the 80s. Okay, let me get my little thermostat thing on, you guys. I'll show you. Right now outside here, it has cooled down to 110. But as you can see, it is 85 inside. But look what it got up to out there today, you guys. It got up to 121 out there today. I am so done with the desert. And but uh, the what else is going on? Lamona says that they're in Las Vegas. They have 4 dachshunds and an Airstream. Lamona, that is awesome. And I just love that people that travel with dogs. And as you know, I got one little Bandit, and we'll talk about him in a minute. So you guys, a pigeon story. It is now up. You can get the ebook online, and Amazon always runs 2 to 3 days later getting the paperback up, but you can now buy a pigeon story through Amazon, and the paperback will be up soon. In fact, oh, what did I do? Oh, it's right here. Hang on, hang on. I forgot to show you. I can't wait to show you this. Are y'all ready? Check this out. Here it is. I got my proof copy. This is the proof. Let's see. This is the proof copy that they send the authors. And this is a pigeon story, and I just love it. Robert did his cousin. Corinne is a wonderful artist, and she did the book cover. And I just got it in the mail while I was in town at the doctor's office. And then the back of it tells you what it's about. And then Robert did this wonderful thing on the chapter headings. Let me find a chapter heading. Um, okay, so he did a wonderful thing on the chapter heading. He took the pigeons and then did the tagline of letting go, acceptance, and transformation. And it's got dedicated to it. Y'all want to hear my dedication? I know Robert hadn't even seen this. You guys have been sick, and I haven't shown him. Y'all are seeing it at the same time my dear Robert is. And so let me tell you, let me read part of I did a dedication and acknowledgement, and it's got a wonderful foreword in it that if you get the book, you're going to love the foreword that my friend and trustee and minister David wrote. But it's a beautiful foreword. But here's what I wrote to Robert. Y'all want me to share something kind of intimate? Of course, it's in my book, so it's not private. But I said, to the eternal wind beneath my wings that helps me fly higher than I ever thought possible. May we soar together always. I love you, Robert Witham, Debra. So that's my dedication, and then my writing partner Angelique made her dedication. So isn't that nice? Anyway, I just love the book. It is very timely. It it talks about how from the animals in the forest, their perception of watching humans go through a great decimation, and coming back from that, and how it affected the animals in the forest. And that particular forest is called the Grove in the book. And it walks you through from their perspective on the animal side of watching that, and how they dealt with that, and with the humans, and then with the humans coming back from that and encroaching again on the grove. And so that's what the story is, and it is a lessons in letting go, acceptance, and transformation. And I just think it's a very timely book, and that I hope you will buy it. You can get it an ebook through Amazon right now. You can go to my website, debradickinson.com, and it has all the information there, and my other books as well. I don't do shipping very well, and so I had offered a special on a pre-sale on the paperback. But now, if you want a paperback and you want me to ship you a paperback, I know this is expensive, but it's expensive because it's hard for me to get in the RV and package everything and get to the post office and everything. But if you want a signed paperback, it's $30 through PayPal. And so, what I wanted to share tonight is that anybody that does a super chat tip, whether through PayPal or on here on YouTube, anybody that does a super chat tip of $30 or more tonight gets a signed copy from me. And even after tonight, anybody can buy a signed copy for 30, but you get a signed copy from me. And then I'm going to also do a drawing tonight for a free signed paperback from anybody stateside. I can't afford to ship overseas, but anybody stateside that does a super chat tip, I'll be doing a drawing tomorrow, and we'll be giving away a signed copy of this book. And so I've got a few friends that are pretty famous authors that have asked for copies of it, and so I'm hoping they will help me promote it, because I just think it's a very timely book for our day and age. And so, anyway, that's what is going on with that. Let's see, what have I missed? Oh, Carol Springstead's. Oh, let me put that up there. Carol Springs. Carol Springs. Sorry. Hi, Texas to Sturgis. Oh, Modern Mobile Romeo and Juliet. I do love Robert, and I miss him, and I can't wait for him to to get back. Oh, and looky here, Lori War, who got the digital version, has said the book is wonderful. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. I haven't heard from very many people outside of the people involved in publishing it that have read it. So thank you, Lori. That means a lot to me. Carol Springstead says, "Can we see the text inside?" Yes, you may. Here's I don't. Can you see it? I don't know why you want to see the text, sweetheart, but there you go. There's the text. And it's 7 chapters. The chapters are, hold on, let me find them. For chapter 1 is called Home. It introduces you to the characters in the grove, and lets you start getting to know them. Chapter 2 is Fortitude. You get to meet some really, I just love the characters in this book. They are just, and I drew a lot of inspiration from a lot of you. And then chapter 3 is Connection, where they all start learning uh, lessons in the forest on letting go, acceptance, and transformation. Chapter 4 is Revival. Chapter 5 is Unity. And I think chapter 5 and 6 is where the humans start coming into the grove, because they're coming back from the Great Decimation. Chapter 6 is Courage, and chapter 7 is Oneness, where they have to figure out how to work it all out together. And so there you go. That's the book. And does anybody else have any other questions about that before we go on? Um, oh, Dreaming says I look so cute with my hair like that. Thank you so much. Oh yes, and Robert is the one that formatted it for me, and he made the font comfortable enough for reading. Thank you. And oh, you're welcome, Carol. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so we'll go on now to the next one. I hope that you guys order my book. I'm really very, very proud of it. Um, let's see. Oh, where is Robert? That's next. And before we go on with where is Robert, I got to show you something else that came in the mail yesterday that I was so proud of. Oh wait, I got to go back to something. Sorry, Robert, I'm putting you on hold, love. Um, Antonia says that she's reading my first book now. So Antonia, are you reading Kaleidoscope 9, or are you reading The Journey Begins? Kaleidoscope 9 was actually my first book, and I started it when I was in TBI rehab, with my traumatic brain injury, TBI rehab. And my writing coach, that's where I hooked up with my writing coach, Angelique, and she's now my writing partner. And we're actually working on a big book, and we meet early. But Antonia, let me know. Are you reading Kaleidoscope 9, or are you reading The Journey Begins? And thank you for letting me know. Send me a picture, please, 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 please. Oh, and Lori says the book reels you in. You begin to think and feel like a dove, like there are doves in there, and pigeons and raccoons and all of the animals of the wild. It's just I just love the characters, and they tie it in with humans so beautifully. Um, and so thank you all very much. Um, let's see. Uh, Oh, okay. So Antonia is reading The Journey Begins. So Antonia, I changed a lot of the names in that to protect the guilty because it's based on some things that actually happened out here on the road. In fact, every story in that book it tells it has talks about something that actually happened on the road. Every story, every story in there is based on something that really happened, and some of them are based on real characters. But like I said, I changed the name to protect the guilty. There is one. No. That's Kaleidoscope 9. That's true about The Journey Begins. Every story is based on something real that really happened out here on the road, and I just embellished it to make it fiction from there. As you know, if you're reading the book. Anyway, Antonia, if you want to email me and guess which characters are real and what was the real part of each story, I'll be happy to tell you. And look here, Kathy Stevens says she bought the Kindle book and now has all three. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, and what a beautiful little baby in that picture with you. But thank you for sharing that, Kathy. And thank you all. Okay, so let's get back to where is Robert. Before we get to where is Robert, I got to show you something else that I got yesterday while I was in town. I think I had already showed y'all, but to celebrate us getting back together, I got this beautiful frame. It's a picture frame. And I had ordered from Shutterfly a whole bunch of pictures of us over time. Let me take them off here. And anyway, so this sits on my table by my front door now, and it just makes me so happy. And Robert hadn't seen this either with the pictures in it either. But here's some of the uh, pictures that are in there. So I don't remember. I think this one was in 2016, and we were at a national park, but I don't remember the name of the national park. Robert says, "Isn't that adorable?" He hadn't seen it, you guys, so he's seeing it with you. And Lori says that's so sweet too, and so does Anne. And Elizabeth says, "Love that." Oh, and Elizabeth Rambo says, yeah, good looking couple. Thank you so much. And thank you, Noreen. Noreen says that's a good picture of you too. So this one, it was at a national park, and I don't remember which one. We got there really early that morning. And then, let's see, I don't want to mess them up, so let's set them down this way. And this one is in the Black Hills. I think this was 2017. And all my friends, Steve and Bev, are in the house. Hi, sweethearts, love you. And I'm gonna tell you all about my doctors and everything in a little bit. Anyway, I think Robert, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong or if you remember something about these. But anyway, that was 2017. This was with my cousins at Surfside, and that was 2018. This one is at a restaurant in Quartzsite in May. I think Valentine's Day when you sold the minivan to Peaches, Robert. I think that's when this one was taken, but I don't remember what year that was. And then this one was at one of our favorite restaurants in Sundance, Wyoming. And we just love that restaurant. And in The Journey Begins, Antonia, if you're still on here, in The Journey Begins, one of the, I think that the story Not So Normal is based in Sundance, and I made the restaurant that is it referenced the owner of the restaurant. I'm talking about this restaurant where this was taken. And then this is, you guys, this was outside of Sedona. Can y'all see that without that glare on there? Sorry, I can't get the glare off of there. But this was in Sedona, Arizona. And Robert took the prickly pears. I can't remember the name of the cactus now, but Robert took the prickly pears and learned how to cook he Googled it and figured out how to cook the fruit off of the cactus pears like our indigenous have always done. And we had cactus. We ate cactus for dinner. Anyway, so it warms my heart to have this complete now, and this is my photo frame, and I'll just change out the photos from time to time, and that sits over there by my desk. So oh, Antonia says that she just finished that story. And so also, Antonia, the building where I talk about the historic building that the guy bought and where a lot of the setting takes place, and I don't want to give too much away about the story, but that is one of my favorite buildings in Sundance, and I would love more than anything to own it one day. You know, that's a pipe dream. You never know what might happen, but anyway, so there you go. There's a couple of real things out of that book that you just read, Antonia, and thank you again for buying my book. Um, and Oh, and Pamela Bell says she just finished my first book, started the second, and so you're waiting on the third one. You guys, I just love that the proof copy. I unfortunately gave away the proof copies of my first two books. Not unfortunately, I was happy to do so, but I'm not ever giving away my proof copies again. It's just something about getting the proof copy and being able to prove that and start having them printed that is so special. So. Pam, it won't be long now, my darling, and thank you to everyone that bought my book early. And if there's any super chat tips tonight, I'll be giving one away. And ask if prickly pear is hot or spicy. And Robert is answering her, and I'm glad he is because I don't remember. Robert is answering her and says it's sweet and tastes a bit like a regular pear, but also a bit different. So there you go. I just remember it was good, and it took him forever to fix them because you have to pick on the outside part. You have to pick out all the spines, and then you have to cook it and pick out the spines again, and you can't overcook it. And so there you go. But it was really, really good. And it was a lot. I was surprised that those cactuses had so much fruit. And you have to catch them at a certain time of year. And we just happened to be in Sedona that year at the right time. So that was fun to get to eat that. Oh, and Carol Springstead said she ordered her book. Good. And you'll get one when they are printed. Awesomeness. I think they're $14.99 in paperback on Amazon, you guys. The $30 is just for a signed copy for shipping because it's so hard for me to ship. My books are not that expensive. Robert, I just can't think right now, sweetheart. Can you put up the prices of my books so people know that's an outrageous price for shipping and for signing? Because I have to do it and not my normal price on my books. I appreciate that. And Penguin Chick says she loves my glasses. Thank you. Oh, and Julie Spencer is in the running for a super chat tip. And I don't want to hit my applause button or anything because everybody tells me that they're so loud. And they're not loud on my end, but I don't want to let it go either. So I'm going to hit it. So everybody cover your ears. Cover your ears. Here we go. I'm so sorry they're so loud. There's a way to turn that down, but I don't know how to yet. Oh wait, maybe that's it. Hold on, let's see if that did it. Here we go. I did turn it down, so I'll figure out how to do that. But thank you, Julie, for that super chat tip. And you're now in the running to get a free signed paperback. And there you go. And if you're the only one tonight, then that's a done deal. Be sure, Julie, that you email me and give me, in case you do win, be sure and give me your mailing address so that I can get that out to you. Um, so as far as where is Robert, he sent in another short clip this evening because I asked him to, and he's so generous and willing to do that and share with all of us about where is Robert. And to my friends in Oregon, you're about to see why I know how hot it is there where you are, Kimberly and Daryl. Here you go, everybody. Enjoy this for just a minute, and I'll be right back. Oh, Robert is saying, hold on. The paperbacks and the Journey Begins are $14.99, and the Kindle versions are $4.99. So there you go, not 30. That's just for me to ship a signed copy because I am I'm uh, challenged when it comes to getting to the post office and mailing stuff. But I want to send signed copies, so please order them if you're willing. Oh yes, and Kaleidoscope 9 is now, because it's my first book, is now just $9.99 for paperback. Oh, and Noreen is saying that Lori sent a super up, so there you go. Sorry about it being so loud. Let me turn that down, and I'll do that again too. So thank you, Lori. All right, so here we go. Where's oh, here's another penguin chit. Says forever a fan. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. Here's Robert's. Where's Robert this week? Here you go.
Well, where's Robert? Well, as I'm recording this video this week, I'm actually in Klamath County, Oregon, no longer up north where I was. I'm down here doing some freelance work and had to meet up with somebody here, so I'm down in the forest here, between Klamath Falls and Medford. There is some nice scenery around here, some wildflowers and things. I don't know what this is. Always reminds you of dandelion when I see these things, but it's way bigger than a dandelion. These, I think, are huckleberries. They're right outside of my van where I'm parked, but I'm not 100% sure, so I've not sampled. It is definitely hotter down here than it was up around Mount Hood. Mount Hood is just cooler, and this wind is usually, or at least the breeze blowing, not wind. And another spot I camped over there on Bachelor is at 6,000 feet, so it's cooler in both those places. It's running in the mid-80s here, which is pretty hot with the sun, and of course it's challenging too because trying to get solar, because then the trees block things occasionally. Tried to go to a few more waterfalls on the way down, and I went and tried to visit a few near Crater Lake, and it has not rained since I've been in Oregon, and I ran into torrential rain and lightning and hail, so I had to abort that plan. I did get to drive down one of my favorite routes in Central Oregon, though, the Volcanic Legacy Scenic Byway. Some absolutely lovely scenery along there with that lake and some wildflowers along the road. And even got this shot. This was special for Debra because she just loves abandoned buildings and houses along the sides of roads like this. And the sky was like that because there's a big wildfire in Northern California, and they decided to be good and neighborly and share, and they sent all their smoke up to Oregon. So the sky was just thick with smoke that day. So that's where I'm at. I'm in Klamath County, Oregon, here for another week or maybe 2 weeks. Then I'll be making my way back to Wyoming to see family again.
Thank you, Robert. And I just love that. Do a little circle intro and outro you did. Thank you for sharing that with us. I get to see that when you share them with me on a daily basis, but I'm so happy that you share it with our wonderful viewers as well. Dimbic says, smoothie be on me. Thank you. That is awesome. And I will learn how to adjust the volumes across all of those. They're not loud on my end, and I've just had so many people write in and say that they are just way too noisy or too loud, and I'm so sorry. And yes, Robert, I loved that barn shot. Thank you for getting that for me. And let's see, Rita's laughing at Robert talking about California sharing. That's so funny. Anyway, thank you again, Dee, for that wonderful super chat tip. I now have at least 4 people, I think, in the running for a free paperback, signed paperback copy of my book. And if you've already gotten one, and it will be a second one, be sure and let me know who you want me to make it out to in the inscription, and it can be a gift. If you've done a super chat tip tonight, in case you win, be sure you email me at debradoesrvlife@gmail.com so that I have your mailing address in case that that you win the signed copy. So let's talk about a Bandit update. Bandit, he's over there. He thinks it's dinner time, and it's not. And Freddie's asking what my doctor said, and I will get into that in just a little bit, Freddie. But next, I have to go and list on my outline, or I get lost. And next up is the Bandit update. Bandit, you want to come say hi to everybody? Huh? You want to come say hi to everybody? Come on up. Come on. Come on. He's coming. Come say hi to everybody. Come here. Oh, goodness. Here he is, everybody. Let's do a Bandit update. Let me get this off of here so y'all can see him. So this week when I went into town, last week he got so sick, as you know, he's wanting to, he didn't come see me. He came to get his treat. Okay, I'll let you go. Anyway, he got so sick last week that I didn't want to take a chance. And so this week when I went into town, I ended up spending the night overnight in town so that I didn't have to be out in the heat in the afternoon trying to come home. And I'll tell you about the air conditioner in a minute and the updates on that. But when I picked him up, look at him, you guys. He was smiling. He was so happy. They said he played and he just did so well. And I love that. And here he is wanting to come back up. They trimmed his little nails for me, and they said he did good. He didn't try to bite them. Last time he tried to bite, and this time he didn't. He did so good, and I was so proud of him. And I also have figured out, because he doesn't like to drink water, it is hard for me to get this little guy to drink water. So what I do is I put water in, that's my tray from grilling some hamburger meat. And so I put water in that before he licks he's wanting another little treat. I put water in that before he licks it. And so then that makes him have to drink water. And of course he gets some moisture and stuff in his food. But to get him to really drink water, I've started doing that. Did you drop it? No, you got it. You did good. And anyway, that just really works. And let's see what else is going on over here. Oh, I love seeing you guys all talk to each other. Oh, Julie Spencer is asking that my email be repeated. It is debradoesrvlife@gmail.com. I'll show you a couple of more pictures about Bandit and tell you something else about him. Oh, Victoria Hinton was on here, and she says, "See you later, thank you, and bye, Bandit." Bye, Victoria. It was good to see you. Okay, I'm going to give you this whole thing, and you go play, okay? Don't have to tell him twice. And Elizabeth Rambo says she just purchased the signed copy. Thank you. I will get that out to you. Be sure you gave me your. I've got to give you some. Hey, Elizabeth, thank you. I'll get that out to you. I think I'm going into town on Thursday again, and I will tell you guys about that. And let's see. I'm trying to catch up. Oh, looky, Mouse Boots. Oh, Mouse Boots, I didn't know that you were on here. Hi, sweetheart. I'm gonna have a big drawing tomorrow to see who gets the signed copy of my book. I'm so thrilled. with it. And I think my friend Stephen Beverly joined us later, but this is what the whole book looks like. Stephen Beverly and they also are getting a copy. Elizabeth says she paid through PayPal contributions, and yes, you did. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Sorry. And Freddie says Bandit is growing into such a little social butterfly. He really is. Let's see. Elizabeth says she paid through PayPal contributions and hopes she did it right, and I'm sure you did. Elizabeth, just be sure I have your email to contact you and a mailing address to be able to send it to you. And if you're not sure, email me, and that will take care of that. I got behind on my comments, and let's see. And Oh, Texas to Sturgis says that somebody does live chats with his cell phone and people call in. Well, I'm not willing to give out my cell phone number to people on the worldwide web, but Robert is helping me come up with a way where I can start having two people on the screen. And I'm going to be doing some interviews and everything, and we're going to be doing some fun things like that without me having to give out my cell phone number to people on the internet worldwide. So that will feel a lot safer for me. So there we go. So let's see what else I have for Bandit. Oh, also, I wanted to show y'all, he is getting so good at traveling. Look how chill he is. Now, he always was very chill in he wants back up now, but he doesn't know he's out of treats. He always was very, very chill driving in the van. He loved driving in the van. He doesn't mind traveling. I don't want anybody thinking that he has a hard time traveling. He loves to travel. He loves to go. He loves exploring new places. He doesn't get scared, but he doesn't settle well. He I guess because the RV is so big, he just roams, and it's like he doesn't know what to do. And so this time though, he's oh baby, he just settled in so beautifully, and I was so proud of him. And let's see, and all right. So next is to tell y'all about me. Oh no, viewer questions. Let's do viewer questions right quickly first, and then I'll get into the crap. Not crap, but you know what I mean. Okay, so viewer questions. I was blown away. First of all, I got to come back and show you something that Lori just said. She said that boy is a nomad through and through, and he really, really is. He loves to travel. And you know, when I first got him, it's one of those things you're not really sure when you get a rescue dog if they really are going to be good travelers or not. But he is, and he loves it. And you guys, give me a moment. I have to have a drink of water. Okay, sorry about that. And but he loves traveling, so it's all good. So viewer questions. Let's across the board. There were so many people talking about their concerns about me sleeping in over the bunk up here. I shared on my video. I can't remember the name of the video now. Robert, if maybe you can find it and put that up for me, the link to it. Um, the video I'm talking about where I talked about sleeping over the bunk. It was a surprise at the end of the video where I talked about remodeling, and I'm going to be sleeping over the bunk now, and I'm redoing the bed in the back into an office and a studio. And so, and a lot of people were just really concerned. I'm not going to use, Robert's helped me decide, I'm not going to use like a regular bunk ladder, you know, one of those that slants out. I'm going to get a 5 steps. He helped me measure or walk me through measuring, and 5 steps would be too high for this bunk. It's not that high, you guys. See, I mean, this is my shoulders, so you can tell it's not that high. And it's a full size bed. It's huge, and there is 4 feet above it. It's not like it's one of those that only has like 16 inches or not 4 feet. Yeah, 4 feet above it, and I think that's right. I might be lying to you, but it's a lot of space, and so it's not like it's really cramped up there. And it's a full size bed, and I'm getting a 4 step ladder that has a big handle on it that will make it easy to get up and down in there. And during the day, then that ladder will go up on the mattress, and of course it will be secured when I'm driving, so that it's not loose or in danger or anything. And Robert just shared that viewer questions. The cab over the bunk is in that video, and you can click on the link in the comments, and if you haven't seen it. And let's see. And Robert also he helped me decide, because he slept in an over the cab bunk in a long time, and I've done that before too, you guys. So I'm not doing it without preparation and everything, but there will be some overlap before I get rid of the bed in the back. Well, for one, I can't get rid of it until Robert gets here, so it's part of his honeydew thing. And Debra Van Zant, who just fell off a ladder cleaning her RV and broke her back. And again, Debra, my heart is with you. Says no more ladders for her. Agreed. This is not a regular ladder, and it's a very wide, and it's got the big rubber feet and everything. So it will be very safe, and I just want everyone to realize that. And Elizabeth says having an office studio will be great, and it will be, and it frees up a lot more storage and everything, and it's just going to meet a lot of needs. And there's other stuff that is afoot that I can't tell you about yet. You'll have to just stay tuned and stay on the channel and find out what's going on. But trust me, there's a method to my madness, and why I'm going through this. And Lori says it would be fine unless you're claustrophobic. Lori, up there is 4 windows, and it's open to the rest of the RV, but it's surrounded by 4 windows, and it's lots of space up above. It's not one of those that's compact, so it's not going to be a claustrophobic situation, or I would have trouble. And Princess is asking how to order my book, and I'm assuming you're talking about my Pigeon story, Princess. And thank you for asking, and my mods will take care of that. So be watching in the links over here. But you can go to my website anytime and find out all information about my merchandise and my books and everything. And that would be DebraDickinson.com. But they're going to help you out with links here in the comment. So that it was the viewer questions on that video. And then when I shared on Wednesday that short little 2-minute video about not feeling well, and you can tell that I'm not well. And thank you both Noreen and Robert for putting those links up. I appreciate it. Y'all are just Johnny on the spot always, and thank you. Everybody gave me so many well wishes and everything, and I've either been at the doctor's and in town, or in bed sleeping, and I haven't answered those, and so I apologize for that. But I just want you to know that I really, really, really appreciate all the well wishes. I read every comment, even if I don't get back to you, and I read every email, even if I'm not able to get back to everyone. And so thank you. And so that kind of leads me into the weekly spotlight, which I'll give you the update. I went to the book. I just read that Penguin Chick. Hold on, I got to come back over here. I can't read and talk and chew gum at the same time. So Penguin Chick says that she'll get the new book. She just loved the last one. Thank you, Penguin Chick. That means a lot to me, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I went to the doctor. This is me in the doctor's lobby. And it's kind of funny because people, you're supposed to stay 6 feet apart. And some businesses have that set up to where you have to stay 6 feet apart. But I guess my doctor's office just was doing it on an honor system because, as you can see, there's plenty of chairs there for everybody to just sit right next to each other. And and nobody, only one other person came in while I was there, and they sat on the other side. But I was surprised that in the doctor's office, of all places, that they didn't have the chairs apart or had some marked off. And also, you have to fill out the forms and sign stuff and everything. And a lot of places now have, they'll have a jar that says dirty pens, and they'll have a jar that says clean pens, and you put your jar over here. And they didn't have that. And I had to ask when I turned in my paperwork, I'm like, do you have any hand sanitizer? And I'll start carrying some in my purse now. But I said, do you have any hand sanitizer? And she's like, no, I just have my personal that I brought from home. And I'm like, oh. And so just as I was walking off, she goes, here, hon, you can have some. And I was like, thank you. I'll take you up on that. But I thought the doctor's office, really, you ought to have hand sanitizer everywhere. Anyway, so I just thought that was really kind of funny. And then so I went to the doctor, and I love my new doctor. She's not Dr. Lori, my doctor that I've had for years, but I really, I liked her, and I liked her staff. They they were really really nice people, and they seemed to really care. And my doctor spent a lot of time with me, and of course Dr. Lori is oh, and in Simple Life, Barbara Boyd is on here, and she said, you're wearing my mask. Yes, Barbara, I wore the black mask that you sent me that day, because I had on a black shirt, and so I wore my black mask. And my other friend Ann is the one that sent me my rose colored mask, and I wear it sometimes. But oh, my eyes just won't quit watering, you guys. So I spent all that time with my doctor, and she went over all the stuff with from Dr. Lori. And so I was there just because I'm sick, but she also, because it was the first time she was seeing me, she went over everything. And then I'm going back August 12th. Good news is she thinks that it is just allergies and a sinus infection, but she did send me for COVID testing. And so I went down the street, and this is me at Quest Diagnostics, and she ordered a whole bunch of tests. I don't know what all. I had not eaten in case that, because I've been doing this long enough with my brain injury that I knew they might do labs, and so I had not eaten. I was so hungry, and so then they sent me down the street. I don't have my COVID test back yet. It will be back on Monday or Wednesday. No, not why am I saying Monday or Wednesday? I don't mean that. It will be back early next week, and they will call me back. And I'm hoping it's Monday. If I haven't heard from them by Wednesday, I will I will call the doctor back and find out. And I just got to address something that I see here. Marta Patton says, wish they would take off the fireworks. Well, honey, there is no they. It's just me. And I already addressed several times that I'm going to figure out how to lower the volume, because I didn't know that they were loud, and they're loud. They're not loud on my end, and I will figure that out. And so, but I'm very sorry to hear that it scares you and your fur kids. I honestly had no idea that it was louder on y'all's end than it is on my end. As y'all know, I can't handle loud noises, and I wouldn't want anybody doing that to me. And so I'm sorry, Marta, but I just want you to know there is no they. It is on me, and my responsibility. It's not on anybody else, and I will take care of it. Let's see. And and Robert, of course, my hero to the rescue, says he'll help me do it later. So thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. I really meant to do it before now, but being sick, it was all I could do to get here and be with everybody. And Carol Springstead is asking me if I'm staying cool enough. Hang on, Carol, and I will address that. And my sister Cherie just joined us. Thank you, Sister Cherie. I love you, sweetheart. And anyway, I was at Quest Diagnostics, and look, you guys, how they have their lobby set up. and they only allow 3 people in. It's kind of funny because you can see right there, I don't know how many chairs that is, 6, 7 chairs, but they only allow 3 people in at any given time anyway. And so there's no chance of you getting closer than the 6 feet from there. Or closer from there. So and they have the dirty pen, clean pen jars, and they just had it going on, and I really appreciated that. I hope my doctor's office gets with it and gets that straightened out. So anyway, I went to the lab, and I'll find out about my COVID test next week. I think it's just allergies and sinuses too, but I need to be certain. And until I know for sure, I had to cancel my AC repairs. So the engine on for my engine is not, AC is not fixed. And while I was out driving around, you guys, let me see if I can find that picture. Nope, that's not that picture. Is this that picture? Nope, that's not that picture. There. While I was out driving around, look at that, you guys. I don't remember how hot it got in my van. It got, my RV. It got over 100. Robert, do you remember how I sent you the temperature reading? It got over 100 in my RV while I was out running all these errands. And so I can't wait to get my engine AC fixed, and then my rooftop AC. But I had to postpone all that until I find out about the COVID. And so anyway, that's that. And let's see, I've got people talking to each other, and I feel like I'm missing something. And let's see. I don't know what I'm missing, but and I want everybody to know that my videos will be back to normal next week too. And Cardise wants to know if my COVID test was a swab or up my nose. Because of my brain injury and other issues I have going on, Cardise, it was a blood test, and they made it part of the blood draw um, at Quest Diagnostics. So there you go. Um, and Robert says it hit 104 inside my RV yesterday, and while I was out riding around, I just know I felt so miserable, you guys. I was just dying, and I know it's hot there in Oregon, and everybody's hot. But I can't wait to get my AC fixed. So I want to share a crazy story with you guys that y'all need to be aware of. And my cousin Michael is on here. And he and Cindy, and he says sweat lodge for sicknesses. That's about it. I thought, man, and Carol Springs said, don't you get sick? Yes, I got very sick. It was, I'll start crying. I got very sick, and I stayed. That's why I stayed in town. I hurried up and I got to an RV park, and I plugged in as fast as I could because there was no way I could make it home. And I didn't go pick up Bandit, you guys, until I had everything done. So let me tell y'all this story because you're going to need to be aware of this because I was just blown away. So I left Quest Diagnostics, and then I went to Walmart to pick up my pharmacies. And I'm sorry, I gotta blow my nose. And so, and so I got there, and I'm staying in line to get my pharmacies. Oh, Priola, hey, hon, thank you. Hope it turns out and that the cool down there soon. Thank you, and I will make sure that I get you in the running for the paperback. Be sure I get your email me your mailing address, please. Thank you, and I hope that that wasn't too loud for everybody. I'll get that adjusted, but I wanted to celebrate. Thank you, Priola. So I left Walmart, and I got to Walmart, and they told me that one of the medicines that my doctor's giving me, and it's pretty much a precautionary. Plus, she wants me to um, um, uh, see. Lori's saying that something hurt. I don't know what hurt. Anyway, that she gave me guaifenesin with codeine, because she wants to make sure that the infection doesn't get clogged up and get pneumonia. And she gave me codeine because she said she wants me out. She goes, I just want you to be sleeping. I want you out. And so I set my alarm to get up, and I still didn't get up, and Robert called me. And so thank you again, Robert, for waking me up for my live chat, because I really wanted to do this connection. And I Walmart said they couldn't get the guaifenesin, which is just a liquid kind. It's not cough syrup because I haven't been coughing. Expectorant, that's what it is. Couldn't get that until Saturday. No, not Saturday. It would have been this afternoon. And so I thought, geez, what am I going to do? Because I can't stay in town in the afternoon. I get too hot. And so I said, well, okay, I'll stay in town another night, right? And I said, okay, I'll come back, but I'm not coming back in the afternoon. I'll come back when it's cooler in the evening or morning. And so I went to the RV park, and I just thought I'd show you a cute something. Look, this is the RV park is also attached to a hotel. I didn't stay at the hotel. I stayed at the RV park. But they have this covered wagon in past where you have to walk past. And first of all, I thought it was so crazy that I did my online registration at the RV park. They took my money and everything online. And then, but they wouldn't assign a site. And so I called to find out what site I could ask if I could have a certain site, because I was already there and I wanted this particular one. And she goes, well, you can have that site, but you have to come in and sign papers. And I'm like, I've already paid online and y'all already have my money and everything. Why do I have to come in? She goes, that's just the way we do it. And I thought, okay, we're back in the pioneer days. There's a reason they have a covered wagon. And so it's like, there was no reason to have to go inside and sign a paper when I'd already paid and everything. And so that was really frustrating. So not only that, you guys, are y'all listening? Because this is just this is gonna blow y'all away. It blew me away. And I just want to say that I have 286 on here, and thank y'all for very much for sticking with me, because I want you to hear what I'm fixing to share. And I have 157 thumbs up. I can get 100 more if y'all will take time right now and just look down there and click that thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. I promise I will have regular videos again starting next week. I'm going to sleep more today and tomorrow, but Robert is going to help me remotely figure out how to do some videos on Sunday, so that y'all have some videos next week. And one of them is going to be about Bandit. So anyway, Bandit this whole time was in the vet's office, in doggy daycare, in air conditioning. He was not in this heat. I did not take a chance with him. I knew I was going to be, my doctor's appointment wasn't even until 11. And so I made sure that he was taken care of. And Guthrie's Tree Service says that they found my channel today and love it. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. And I would give you a big applause, but I'm afraid I did turn one of them down. Let me do this. I turned that one down. I hope that one wasn't too loud. So thank you, Guthrie's Tree Service, for being here. And so anyway, I'll have videos up next week. So I paid the extra night because the heat. I was dying, and I didn't want to have to go to Walmart in the afternoon. And plus, I would have Bandit with me, and I'm not going to put him at risk. And so I paid to stay an extra night. And Walmart called me. What's my next picture? Let me see. Oh, that one. Okay, so and then oh yeah, and then I was hot. So I hooked up and everything, and you can tell I am just red, and I'm not a happy camper. And the reason I'm not happy in that picture is because Walmart called me back. Mind you, I'd already paid for an extra day. And they said they can't get that medicine until, wait for it, I need a drum roll. I really need to figure out how to do some sort of drum roll on my sound effects. But they couldn't get my medicine until August 20th. I'm like, what? I kind of, one, need the medicine now, and two, you're Walmart. Why are you not able to get guaifenesin, a common expectorant that you should practically be able to get over the counter now, except for the codeine my doctor was putting in it, till August 20th? And I know it wasn't the lady's fault that was calling me. And here's what she told me, you guys. And I just want to address something because I want to make sure there's no misunderstanding. Sea lions. Guaifenesin is an over-the-counter medicine, but not what my doctor prescribed to me. And plus, she prescribed it with codeine. If it was over the counter and I could have gotten it over the counter, I would have. But it's not for a cough, which is what the over-the-counter guaifenesin is usually for. So it wasn't what I was getting was not available over the counter. And yes, Ginger Bellflower is saying that it is the same med. Again, it is guaifenesin and Mucinex over the counter for coughs and expectorants is the same. And there's a Mucinex DM, I think, but none of those have the codeine, and plus there was something else she added into it. So what I was getting was not was prescription only. And so y'all bear with me, and I'll carry you through the story. I appreciate all the questions and comments. Thank you. And so I'm like, oh my God, well, what do I do? And so Walmart said, well, you have to call around and see who has it in stock. So I called my doctor's office to see who they recommended because I wanted to see if they had a preference. And they referred me to a pharmacy, and I called that pharmacy to make sure it was in stock, and it wasn't. They weren't going to have it till Saturday. But here's what the Walmart technician told me that called me, you guys, and this is what you need to be aware of. She said that they got notice. She didn't know this until they called and tried to get this shipped to them, that this pharmaceutical line for certain drugs, not all, but this pharmaceutical line for certain drugs is now only going to be shipping to major cities because they are running low and can't get the ingredients to make the drugs from overseas. And so they are only going to be shipping to major cities. And so she told me that they will be staying late and sending out electronic notices to all the local doctors to let them know, and that they haven't had a chance to coordinate with Walmart corporate yet to see how outlying stores in towns and smaller towns are going to get serviced. And it's not for all drugs. I don't know any more than what I'm telling you. I'm just relaying to you what she told me. But it's like, we are in frickin' America. Are you kidding me? We have gone from not being able to get toilet paper to some certain goods, and now prescriptions. We can't get some prescriptions. We have been so spoiled in this country. We're starting to see and deal with what a lot of countries have dealt with forever, without exception. They've never known anything different. But for us, it's just so bizarre and so third world country. I just was blown away. And so I called around, and CVS had it in stock, and so I was able to get it. But CVS, there was a mix-up because the doctors had called it into Walmart, and my insurance had approved it for Walmart. So Walmart, then I had to call them back, and they had to cancel it. And then my insurance had to get notice that it had been canceled before CVS could fill it for my insurance to cover it. And that took another whole day. And so just be aware that, things are changing all around. It's affecting us all in different ways. And we're experiencing what most countries already have been, and it's just catching up with us. And we're going to have to be patient with the people that are behind the counters working with all of this and doing their best to work within the limits that their hands are tied on. It's just we're in a different day and age, and I am waiting on my COVID test. I believe and hold and maintain and vision that it is going to be negative, and that this is just cold and sinuses. But I am not going anywhere near my mechanic or my HVAC guy or anybody else for that matter until I know for sure. And so all of my AC repair is on hold. And so yeah, it's it's a different day and age. But I want to share with you something positive. I know that I'm running over, and I appreciate all the thumbs up that I've been given. And again, please subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoy any of the videos, you can tell I don't feel good. If you enjoy any of the videos that you watch on my channel, please share them on your social media. That's the only way. Oh, that's Siri. She thinks I'm talking to her. No, Siri, I'm not talking to you. Go away. How do you tell Siri to go away? Go away, Siri. Bye, Siri. But go away, Siri. Bye. I don't know how to make her go away. Oh, Cardis sent me a super chat. Thank you, Cardis. Let me see if I can make this applause a little bit lower. Here we go. Let's try it. Thank you, Cardis. I appreciate that. So I have a lot of people that are in the running to get to be in the drawing tomorrow for my book. Please be sure that you email me and give me your mailing address in case you win the book, so I can get it to you. Oh, Kathy Stevens says I can tell Siri to stop, so I'll do that next time she pops up. I don't know what I said that made her pop up, but I want to share something so it was a horrible. I don't want to say it was a horrible day. A lot of blessings came from it. I got to stay in town. I paid for an extra night for nothing because the next morning I went early, and I got my the rest of my prescriptions at CVS, and then Bandit and I booked home, and we came home, and so I paid for an extra night, which was it just kills me to waste money in this day and age, and so but I wasn't going to stay in town when I didn't have to. I wanted to come home, and I wanted to rest here, and so I got Bandit and I home early after I picked up my prescription, and at the end of that night, while I was still in the city and hot and sick, I was sick already, and then the heat just made me sick. I was really proud that I took good care of my baby boy, and he was at doggy daycare, and he had a blast and didn't know anything. But I want to share with y'all when I say love comes running, and God always shows up and provides. I got hooked up. I got the electricity hooked up, and I'm sitting there, you guys, and I put water over. I put as soon as I could. I doused a pillowcase in water and put it in the freezer, and I did all the other stuff that I know to do. And a lot of y'all share a lot of great tips, and thank you. I appreciate that. And I've put videos out about how to stay cool. And I did all of the things that I knew to do and was prepared. And so I was sitting there. I stripped down as much as I could. I had on a spaghetti top, tank top, and my pajama shorts, and I had that ice cold, wet pillowcase on my legs, and I had wet towel around my head. My head was wet, and I had fans on me, and of course a fan on Bandit while it was cooling down in here. And I really felt like I'm like, what is going on? God bless me to be in the desert. God bless me with this RV. God bless me by putting Robert back in my life. God's blessed me with so many wonderful, loving people, and here I am, and I'm like short of having to go to the emergency room because I was so sick. And honestly, if it weren't for Bandit, I probably needed to be in the emergency room, but I couldn't do that because of him. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm just feeling like at the end of my rope. And I don't know why, but I got the inspiration to log on and make sure that I'm logged on to CVS, and that everything's up to date with them. And when I picked up my phone, there was my trustee and my friend and Unity minister David, who was doing an impromptu live on Facebook and YouTube that was about 45 minutes long about keeping the faith in these crazy times of the pandemic, and staying strong and being loved, and walking in faith and feeling the fear anyway. And he closed with a wonderful meditation, and it was exactly what I needed at the exact moment when I needed it. And I hung up from that, and the van, the RV, I keep calling it van, sorry. The RV had gotten down to about 98, and I was fanning myself, even though I had fans going, and thinking, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And my friends Beverly and Steve checked on me, and we talked by phone, and I just had to share the story that I just shared with you guys with them. And they closed with a wonderful prayer for me, and they made me feel so loved because my sister Cherie is on here, and she had sent me some news that had been very upsetting. She didn't know I was in the middle of all of this. And to my family of origin, not my sister Cherie that's on here, that she's my actually my stepsister, but we don't differentiate. Her granddaughter that is on here, Alicia, is my great niece. I don't differentiate. They are my family, but my family of origin are not nice people, and they put me down every chance they can. They ostracize me every chance they can. They are rude as hell every chance they can be, and they just showed up in full force yesterday. And then my friends Beverly and Steve showed up with just so much love. And then, of course, through all of that, my sister Cherie sent me love and was saying that she was so sorry they had hurt me again. And then through all of that, also, my darling Robert was taking care of me every step of the way, reminding me what to do each step. And my trustee David had checked in on me, and so I ended that day that could have been so horrible, and that is so crazy in this day and age, in through this global pandemic, and so affecting everybody. It went from me, one person, me, focusing on me not being able to get my prescription, to realizing these notices were going out to doctors, and a bunch of patients were going to be affected, and pharmacists were going to be scrambling, and people over the counter were going to be getting abused by people that aren't nice on the other side wanting their prescription. And it just, I felt the cascade of all of that, and love came running. And I just want to encourage each of you that are on here, and I'm going to catch up with your comments here in a minute and see what all you all are saying. Be patient, especially with our frontline workers. Look out for each other. uh, Love each other, spread love every chance you get. You don't know what that person is dealing with that you're encountering. It doesn't take but a moment to tell somebody that you love them. It doesn't take but a moment to tell somebody that you're sorry for what they're dealing with, and how can you help. And even if you can't be there in person, just letting them know that you love them. And if you're blessed like me to have spiritual people in your life, also, and if you can spread spiritual prayer and God's love, then do that. And because it saved me yesterday. I was in a bad place, and I still don't feel good today. But I'm trusting that the antibiotics are going to kick in any minute, and I'll feel better. And after we hang up, I'll visit with my love on the phone for a little bit, and then I'm going back to bed. And and somebody else asked, "How are you taking care of Bandit in all of this?" Well, my sweet Bandit, every time I have to set my alarm to take my meds, and every time I set my alarm and I get up to take my meds, I take care of Bandit, and he's getting fed and he's getting to go out. And when it cools down, I walk with him as far as I can. And so my sweet baby boy is being taken care of. I don't want anybody worrying about him, I promise. And somebody said, well, let him do pee pads inside. No, we're not doing that in my house. We're not having to. And so we're all good. And so I just wanted to share that as that was part of my, I didn't make it very clear, but that was part of my weekly spotlight. And my weekly spotlight is to share that story and just to tell you, hold on, we're in for a ride. And it's not that there's any big screw ups or that anything is going on. It's just that we're in for a ride, no different than the Great Depression, no different than anything else that this country has faced. Do it together and do it with love, and do it by holding each other up, not pushing each other down. And so that's what I wanted to share. That was my big weekly spotlight for the night. And I really appreciate everybody and all the thumbs up. And I tried really hard not to cry because I told you last week I wouldn't. I try not to cry anymore. But um, let me catch up with some of the comments, okay, before we say goodnight, because I just love you guys and y'all. I really was looking forward to this connection, and I will be going back to bed after this. I'm just, I feel like such a slacker right now. I know I'm sick. I have to turn my fan back on. I'm hot. I know I'm sick, and so that's not the. So y'all can see the fan blowing my hair. I hope it's not messing with the audio. But anyway. And I just want to say thank you for being here tonight. I got out of bed and to connect with you guys because that's how important these live streams are to me. And so thank you. And let's see what else. I think I'm all caught up. I don't know. Let me run through here. Y'all talk amongst yourselves for a minute and let me catch up on my comments. And just know that I'm sending you great love, everybody. And let's see. Oh, some people are talking about the length of how long it takes to get the test in. My doctor put a rush on it, and I was told that she will know next week. I don't. It doesn't matter. Whenever she does know, is when I'll know, and I'll let you guys know. And then I'm scheduling my AC repairs. uh, so let's see. I think that's it. I can't see anything else that I might have missed. Um, oh, yeah, I want to share this. Robert says, imagine riding in that covered wagon on a summer day in the Mojave Desert, trying to make it out over the mountains before snowfall. And no, I can't imagine. I'm living here and I'm whining and crying because I have intermittent AC. They didn't. And Mike says a hot toddy tastes a whole bunch better. I wish I could, but I don't, so I won't. And on this medicine anyway, that would not be a good idea, and it knocks me out anyway. So, but that's great. I just love seeing what all you guys are saying to each other. Um, Let's see. Thank you all for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And I think I got caught up. Hold on. For anybody watching right now, I know I'm quiet and I'm just over here staring at the side of my screen, but it's because I'm reading the comments before I close and make sure that I'm getting everything. So if anybody has any questions, now's the time to ask because I'll be closing once I catch up on all the comments. Um, let's see. Uh, I think that's it. Oh yeah, Brenda Whitlock says over 11,000 subs. Hi baby, you want to come? He wants to come back. He always comes. I wish y'all could see what he does. He comes and he headbutts me with his little nose. He like pokes me, like a little bitty poke somewhere with his nose to let me know he wants to come up. He's like poke. So he just poked me to say, I want to come say hi, Mama. He doesn't know who's here, but he knows I'm talking to somebody and he wants to come see who I'm talking to. So let's see. I don't know. Uh-oh, what is it, buddy? Be still. Um, I think I'm all caught up, you guys. I'm almost to the end. Thank you all, thank you all, thank you all. Please subscribe to my channel and please share my videos. It means the world to me. And I love what Jacqueline just said. Jacqueline said, she said, family are the people you love and those who love you. And yes, and my friends Steve and Beverly reminded me of that yesterday. And my sister Cherie said, God gave us each other, sister. We are sisters of the heart, and that we are. And I am very blessed to have such wonderful people in my life. Um, So I think that's it. I hope the meds do their trick too, you guys. Thank you. I've been sick for a couple of weeks now, and it's getting really, 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 really old. I'm getting whiny. I'm getting cranky about it. And and see, here's my family, Steve and Beverly. More love than I will ever know, and an inspiration to many. I'm not sure about that, but God did give us one another, and I'm very grateful for that. And and you guys just find somebody to shower with love. You know, if you're not getting love, go find somebody to give love to, and I promise you, it'll come back to you tenfold. And hi, Daryl. I know, Bandit's like, who are you talking to, Mom? I see Daryl on here. Thank you. And keep. He says, tells me to keep hydrated. I am being. This is like I've drank like I don't know if y'all can see the size of this thing, but it's huge. And I think this is my fourth or fifth cup for today, and I'm gonna take a drink. So let's see. I'm almost to the end here. Who else is on here? Oh yeah, Lori reminds us that if you were in the wagon and you were a woman, you had a long dress on and usually petticoats and everything too. Oh, Steve and Beverly, do y'all think I ought to tell them about the security guard story? Y'all want to hear? It's not risque, but it was kind of embarrassing. But I have a security guard story at the casino. I don't even know if I told Robert this one or not. I can tell y'all. Well, we've been on here a long time, but I can tell y'all one more quick story, and then we'll hang up because I think I'm all caught up from that, and then we'll say good night. So I can see everybody starting to say good night. So I'll just close with okay. So I had stripped down to my spaghetti top tee. Y'all saw that in that picture. Here, I'll show you it to you one more time. I had stripped down to this spaghetti top, tank top, and I had on my pajama shorts. And I was sitting in my seat, and it was turned around, and the security guard came up to get the registration number off of the window. And I think he thought I was naked because I turned to say hi, and he's like, oh, sorry, ma'am, sorry. And he scuttled off. I wasn't. He just couldn't see that I had clothes on. Anyway, I thought that was hilarious, and I thought that I would leave you with a funny for the night. And I hope that you all have a great weekend. I'm sorry that this ran over, but thank you for being here with me. I will do the drawing tomorrow, and I will announce it on social media who won the signed copy of my book, and I will have my bulk order in August and get that out to whoever won. And thank you all for being with me here tonight. And thank you all for the super chats. And thank you all for being on here and spreading some love tonight. Love you and love you. Can't get in front of the camera. Love you. And we'll see you down the road, everybody. Keep on keeping on. Bye.